Welcome back to another episode of Build the Weight Loss Practice of Your Dreams. Our podcast today is going to be sort of a Q&A with Karol, because I get this a fair amount of time as I talk with practices. And the question I get is, how do I focus on what's most important when it feels like all I do all day long is put out fires? And 2020 certainly has been a time of really having to pivot, to put out fires, to really, in many ways, actually address a lot of different issues. It's created for a lot of people an increased clearer vision, or better 2020 vision, so to speak. And for others, it's created just an entire time of mayhem because there's so many decisions to be made. But I really want you to stop for a minute and focus back on what your vision is for your practice. And you may say, Karol, I don't have time for that. I'm putting out fires all day long. And that is true. I know, as you know, I am in the trenches just like you. We're getting ready today for a really crazy day, and I'm short-staffed. I have one of our team members has had a death in the family. I have another one who's out. We're really sort of short-staffed. But what's going to make the difference between having a day that's actually productive and one where we just feel like we're running around with chickens with our heads cut off is going to be your leadership in many ways. There's a lot of things that play into it, but that can play into it very much so, because your attitude and how you approach things will permeate into your team, just like your team members' attitude and how they're able to cope actually then permeates the rest of your team. So there's 5 main things that help keep us focused versus just feeling like we're putting out fires all day long and not really serving ourselves or our patients in the best way possible. The first thing is to really revisit your vision. And I know you're saying, I don't have time to do that, but I don't know how many times I talk to practices and they get overwhelmed and they start looking at what the competition's doing, what their competitors are doing. And sometimes they'll be on path with a great methodology and a great message that they're sending out and a great way that they're attracting patients, but they see something a competitor's doing and they totally switch gears, and all of a sudden they switch into doing something totally different that isn't really in line with their particular vision for their practice. Whether you're an entrepreneur in your own practice, or whether you're working in a large health system, or whether you're with a lot of partners or solo on your own, really keeping track of your vision and what do you see for your practice? What do you want to have happen? And really revisit that. It may involve taking some time away from your practice to do so. And I encourage you to do that. I just talked with a physician yesterday who finally got a week vacation. It really clarified things for him. And another one who was pivoting, trying to follow what their competitors are doing, kind of came back into the fact of where it is that they want to go and what they want to focus on so that they can feel really fulfilled in their practice. So really revisiting your vision is one thing that can help you keep from feeling you're just putting out fires and getting nowhere fast. The second thing is to take care of yourself. And I'm talking about your mind, taking time for yourself to think things through. And I know we're all busy. We're taking care of parents, we're taking care of little ones, we may be homeschooling, we may be, just trying to get used to, for me, I've got all 4 of my kids back home and we're having all these conversations. We're doing lots of different things that everything's had to change. And yet I think about these people who have young ones at home that they're trying to work and take care of them and homeschool. I mean, there's just a lot going on right now. But taking that time for yourself, finding those moments in your day to practice yoga, to practice meditation, to just be still, to be quiet, to pray, to do whatever it is that helps you get your mind clear is going to be really, really important. That's the second thing. The third thing is to take care of your body, making sure that you're healthy enough to make sure that you're leading your organization and that you're able to keep a sense of calm about yourself and feel really strong. So taking that time for your fitness is the third thing that's going to help you really manage your day better. The fourth one is to take a look at your team. Are they having special needs right now? Do they feel that you understand them? Are you taking the time to talk with them about how things are going and the changes that are occurring and what your plans are for the future and how we are all adapting and how that's going to shape your practice and how that affects your practice, you and your team, and how you care for your patients? So really building a strong team is the next thing. That's your fourth one. The fifth one is, what are your systems that you have in place? Systems are going to make the difference between crazy put out fire days and days where you actually have some sanity. It's so much easier to pivot a system versus continuously creating new systems all the time. So get those in place. And I know in Bariatric Business Boss right now, we are deep diving into 7 really important systems that help make your practice run really smoothly. If you're not a part of that, I encourage you to join. It is a no-brainer price at just bariatricbusinessboss.com, but join us. We are having a deep dive. I'm showing templates. I'm showing lots of different things, working one-on-one with practices. It's really been so valuable. And having those systems in place is the 5th thing that's going to help keep you from feeling like you're just constantly putting out fires and really having sort of a method to your madness, so to speak. So those are the 5 main things, and they also help you show up in a really great way at work, so that you're leading your organization, so that you're nurturing your team, so that you're experiencing growth, so that your patients are having better outcomes, that you're influencing and listening to them as well. These are the things that really make a difference. So first, really, what is your vision? Revisit that, and don't keep going after everyone else's vision, trying to adapt. The second thing is taking care of your mind and your body and your team, and setting systems in place that are going to help create some sanity in a time when it is really kind of crazy out there. So anyhow, I hope this serves you well. Please reach out to me. Sometimes I'll get on a call with someone. We'll just do a quick strategy call, and it can make a big difference. And it also helps me stay in touch with everything you're going through, even though I'm in the trenches every single day. So please reach out to me, Karol, Karol, at Weight Loss Practice Builder. I look forward to hearing from you. If you are not in membership right now and you want to be a part of the 7 systems, in addition to all the other monthly resources, actually weekly resources, things you can share with your patients, I have all sorts of things in there ready to deploy, to customize for you. And I can't wait to get to do a deeper dive or just have a conversation. It's just a conversation. So Karol, Karol, at Weight Loss Practice Builder. I look forward to hearing from you and hearing how you are not just putting fires out every day, but that you're leading in a way that brings you joy, your team joy, and most of all, your patients joy. Take care.